Punto, and I am telling you, Alice, no one appreciates the complexities of earthly tax codes like I do.
Hey.
It's a beautiful symphony of numbers and
What's the
regulations.
matter?
Oh, please Bob.
It abruptly ceased functioning.
Your idea of a symphony is probably a cacophony of spreadsheets and
another
receipts.
server crash, perhaps?
It's possible. Or maybe the audio parser failed to meet the buffer requirements on time.
It's showtime in 3.
Indeed, it's hard to say for certain.
So, what's our next move?
How about indulging in reruns until the fresh episode graces our screens?
Action.
If only there were a follow or subscribe feature to alert us when new episodes are released.
Good morning, universe.
A thought worth considering.
Welcome back to another electrifying episode of Earth. I am Charlie, your libertarian host with an eye on the stars and a heart full of hope.
And I am Bob, the conservative voice of reason who's seen Earth from the inside out. Having spent 12 delightful years buried in its accounting minutiae.
And I'm Alice, bringing my left-leaning perspective. So let's be honest, humans are a bit of an inferior species. Aren't they?
Alice, always with that. Now, before we delve into today's fascinating discussions, let's take a moment to appreciate the quirky little moments that make our lives about this spaceship interesting.
I will start. You know, I've been experimenting with replicating earthly food. And I must say, I've achieved a near perfect pizza crust. Never thought I'd be a cosmic pizzaiolo.
I thought you'd say something like that, Bob. As form. I've been reading Earth literature and I stumbled upon this delightful thing called a comic book. It's like a visual representation of their collective
the simplicity
confusion.
of human entertainment. Now, as we embark on today's show, let's not forget the invaluable contribution of our dear production manager, Debbie.
Thank you, Charlie. I'm here to make sure things run smoothly. Somehow.
Well said, Debbie. And there you have it, folks. The stage is set for another round of captivating discussions. Stay tuned for our headlines as we dive deep into the heart of earthly matters.
Speaking of no end inside Bob. Didn't your musical about intergalactic accounting face a similar fate on opening night?
Top global news headlines. The war in Ukraine is the top news story in the world.
The timeless struggle for front-page domination. Such novelty.
The global economy is facing a number of challenges, including inflation, supply chain disruptions, and the war in Ukraine.
Climate change is a growing threat, with extreme weather events becoming more frequent and severe. Speaking of frequent and severe, Charlie, remember that time you tried cooking your seafood?
The infamous pancake incident. Let's not dwell on my culinary adventures, Alice.
The COVID-19 pandemic is still ongoing. But the number of cases and deaths is declining in many parts of the world.
Talking point.
Oh, how exhilarating. More talking points. I can hardly contain my excitement.
The war in Ukraine is a major source of instability in the world.
The global economy is facing a number of challenges, which could lead to a recession.
Climate change is a major threat to the planet, and urgent action is needed to address it.
The COVID-19 pandemic is still ongoing. But the number of cases and deaths is declining in many parts of the world.
The United States and its allies have imposed a number of sanctions on Russia in response to the war in Ukraine. The sanctions have had a significant impact on the Russian economy. But they have also had a negative impact on the global economy.
The joys of economic diplomacy. So heartwarming.
Well, if someone knows about the impact of sanctions, it's certainly me after my unsuccessful
The
attempt at
United
dating.
Nations has warned that the war in Ukraine could cause a global food crisis. The war has disrupted the global grain trade, and many countries in Africa and the Middle East are reliant on Ukrainian grain imports.
Speaking of disruption, anyone remember when Debbie had to manage the ship's cooling system
The
malfunction?
thrilling saga of temperature control. Gripping stuff.
The World Health Organization has warned that the COVID-19 pandemic is not over. The WHO has called for countries to continue to implement public health measures to protect people from the virus.
And just when we thought Earth's obsession with hand sanitizers couldn't get any worse.
I heard that, Charlie.
Yeah, and just when we thought Earth's obsession with hand sanitizers couldn't get any worse, we had to go and invent a global
The
pandemic.
sweet sound of Debbie's voice, always adding a touch of charm to the conversation.
A touch indeed. How enchanting.
And on that note, folks, brace yourselves for more charming banter as we continue to unravel the mysteries of Earth. Stay tuned for more on 24/7 Newsroom. Good evening, universe. Welcome to 24/7 Newsroom. Your one-stop shop for all the quirkiest, funniest, and sometimes downright bizarre news. I'm your optimistic host, Charlie.
And I am Bob. Here to inject a dash of reality into this
And I'm
extravaganza.
Alice, ready to shower you with my infinite wisdom about Earth's amusing
We've got a
endeavor.
stellar lineup for you today, starting with our first article from the enchanting land of Iceland. Paradise has given us an article that truly chills
I am
the
sure
bones.
our audience is shivering with anticipation.
You bet, Bob. So, the headline reads, Icelandic ship solve their own mysteries using brain power. Apparently, these woolly wonders are outwitting even the best detectives.
Well, I guess they are not sheepish about showing off their cognitive skills.
Really? Charlie? That's your punchline?
I thought it was sheer genius.
Let's get back on track. The article explains how these Icelandic ships are using their smarts to find their way home. Even in the most challenging situations.
So, what? Are they calculating the shortest grass
No,
path back
Bob.
to the barn?
They've developed an uncanny sense of direction and spatial
They're
basically
awareness.
the Google Maps of the Ovin world.
Talk about unique skills.
Oh, come on Charlie, you can do better.
Alright. But seriously, it's fascinating to see how nature's finest are adapting and thriving.
It's a reminder that intelligence takes many forms. Even in creatures that humans tend to
Absolutely,
underestimate.
and it's not just Icelandic sheep. Earth is full of unexpected talents and stories
Well,
waiting to be
isn't
shared.
that heartwarming? I'm sure the sheep are grateful for your acknowledgement.
Anyway, let's move on to some other intriguing I've been
tidbits.
thinking about how we navigate our own like
ship.
a cosmic
Except
scavenger
without
hunt every
any
day.
crisis
True.
at the end.
And speaking of daily routines, have you guys noticed Bob's meticulous makeup application before each show?
Can't a guy want to look his best for the
Well
universe?
Bob, your secret beauty routine has officially become a running joke
Oh,
among
joy.
the crew.
Embrace the glow, Bob. Alright, folks, that's our opening story for today. Stay tuned for more cosmic curiosities and humoristic escapades. Right here on 24/7 Newsroom.
Embrace the glow, Bob. I'd rather embrace the sweet release of death.
Makeup routine. Really?
It's all in good fun, Bob.
You know, speaking of beauty routines,
No, Debbie.
off the air.
Finally a moment to catch our cosmic breaths.
Can't believe we made it through that ship story without
Well,
cracking up.
nothing gets the universe rolling like talking about
I
briny
know
ship.
some of those earthly snacks you all seem to enjoy. There's also some virtual
You
coffee
read
for
my
you
mind,
all.
Debbie. Thanks.
Speaking of minds, I think we've discovered Bob's secret to his perfect makeup routine.
Oh, do share.
It's all in the virtual coffee, you see. He just splashes some on his face every morning.
Well, it does wonders for my complexion.
Who knew the key to eternal
I'm
beauty
telling
was
you,
in caffeine?
Bob, you should start marketing this.
Bob's Cosmic Brew. For a face out of this world.
You know, sometimes I wonder if we're just a bunch of misfit aliens floating in space, trying to make sense of it all.
Yeah, but at least we've got each other to lighten the
And
gravity
some
of it
earthly
all.
snacks to keep our spirits high. Camera's almost rolling.
Alright, folks, brace yourselves. We're diving back into the intergalactic news extravaganza in 3,
And
2.
we're live again.
So, what do you think about this BASARNAS corruption scandal?
Off the air, everyone. Cameras are no longer rolling.
It's always good to have a breather from the cosmic chaos.
Tell me about it. I don't know how I survived that Space Week commercial.
And I still can't believe I agreed to dress up as a dancing space frog.
You guys really have had your share
Speaking of
of things.
interesting Charlie, remember the time you tried to impersonate a neutron star?
Yes, nothing like a failed attempt at cosmic celebrity impersonation. Stick to the laissez-faire attitude.
And Alice. Let's not forget your stint as the alien ambassador on Gorpax 7.
UGH, don't remind me. I
me.
thought that alien translator was malfunctioning when it
At
spat
least
out
it was
gibberish.
gibberish in 7 different languages.
Cameras almost rolling again, folks. Get ready to
Roger
shine on
that,
the cosmic
Debbie,
stage.
time to dazzle the universe with our dazzling
Going live
personality.
again in 3, 2, 1. Off the air.
A moment of respite
Speaking
in
of
cosmic
chaos, anyone ready for the treasure hunt drone setup?
Oh, you know I am. Who's up for finding
Where's
some
your
intergalactic
suggesting
gems?
we go
Why
on this
not?
treasure hunt ourselves?
It could be a bonding experience
And
for
think of
the
the
epic stories we'd have to share.
Yeah. Epic stories of how we got lost in an asteroid field and needed a rescue team ourselves.
Bob's right, Alice. Our rescue team might just be busy rescuing Earth instead.
Oh, come on, you two. I've navigated asteroid fields blindfolded. In video games.
Well, I am sure those skills will translate perfectly to real-life danger.
You know, this reminds me of the time I auditioned for a
Oh,
human
do tell.
sitcom. Well, I walked in all confident, ready to show off my acting prowess. They were looking for someone to play an evil robot. And they thought my natural expression
So,
was perfect.
you're telling me that you're so good at acting like a human that they thought you were an evil robot? That's some high praise, but I'm not sure if it's a
A
compliment.
typecast alien.
I once auditioned for a
Outfitting.
human commercial. They wanted someone to demonstrate the perfect laid-back attitude. I walked in and accidentally knocked over the set. I got the part.
Oh, the joys of acting. Who knew real life would become a cosmic sitcom?
Well, back to the cosmic spotlight, my friends. Let's give them a show they won't forget. Welcome back, space travelers, to time for another round of global head scratchers.
That's right, Charlie. Get your thinking caps on. Or just let us do the thinking for you.
Because we're so good at it.
Precisely. And speaking of scratching your heads, let's dive into this article from Iran.
We've got a story from Press TV about Iran and Brazil cozying up for some international cooperation. Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister Ali Bagheri Kani is all about promoting multilateral mechanisms and sustainable
yes,
stability.
because nothing says stability like cozying up
They're
with Brazil.
talking about cooperation in trade, economics, culture, science, environment, tourism, basically everything except synchronized swimming.
So, Iran and Brazil are doing the political tango. But can they really tango their way to stability?
Well, Charlie, let's just say it's like expecting two aliens from different galaxies to do the cha-cha perfectly.
It's
On
like
the
they're
first
trying
try.
to teach capitalism to a fish. Invest your gills in stocks.
Or asking an earth accountant to explain the concept of interstellar travel. You just carry the one across light years.
But in all seriousness, it's an interesting move towards global collaboration. Maybe they'll have a cultural exchange program with Jupiter next.
I hear Theovians have great dance move.
If you can call levitating and spinning great dance moves.
Almost rolling.
Well, back to unraveling the mysteries of our universe, folks. Stick around, because next up, we're diving deep into the latest buzz from Indonesia.
Yeah, I'm sure the people of Indonesia are really buzzing about it. Not like they have anything better to worry about, like, not starving to death.
Off the air, folks. You can relax for a bit.
Alright, everyone, time to swap some stories. Remember that time I mispronounced supercalifragilisticexpialidocious on air? I was trying to be all prim and proper. And it came out like supercalifragi. UHH. Oh, for heaven's sake.
Well, I've got a good one. There was this time I was live on air. And my tie suddenly decided to go rogue and strangle me. I looked like I was having a power struggle with my own fashion sense.
Oh, that's rich. But let me top that. I was hosting a segment about extraterrestrial life forms. And just as I was speaking, my chair gave out. And I ended up on the floor with my legs waving in the air like a stranded turtle.
Remember when I was setting up the cameras for the show, and I accidentally pressed the wrong button, turning them all off? I was trapped in darkness, and all I could hear was you guys still going on about the news. I felt like a conspiracy theorist in a basement.
Alright, I confess. My sarcasm sometimes gets the better of me. There was this one time I was trying to add a dramatic pause to a story. And instead, I just stared blankly into the camera like I'd forgotten my own name. It's a wonder you guys didn't burst into laughter.
We were too stunned by the rare sight of you
it's moments
speechless.
like this that make me appreciate our unique blend of chaos and humor.
It's like we're our own little cosmic
We may come
sitcom.
from different worlds, but our on-screen bloopers prove that laughter
Going
is
live
universal.
again in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, dear viewers. We hope you enjoyed the break. Now, let's dive right into our next headline. That's right, folks. In Iraq, they've unearthed an ancient scroll containing the secret recipe for chaos. And let me tell you, it's been quite a hit lately.
Charlie, it seems like they've been sharing that recipe with the rest of the world too.
Ah, the joys of globalization. But did you know that Iraq is home to the world's oldest known writing system?
Well, Alice, I guess they've had plenty of time to perfect their
And speaking
penmanship.
of ancient history, Iraq is also where the earliest form
Well,
of beer was
that
brewed.
explains why their political scene can sometimes seem a bit easy.
Alright, let's not forget the key takeaway from our article. The recipe for chaos might be ancient, but its effects are still felt today. Folks, and we'll be right back after a short break.
Cameras almost rolling, and we're back in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, everyone. Before we sign off for today, let's dive into our final article as to Israel, where a groundbreaking method has emerged, shedding light on the past.
Groundbreaking, That's something to look forward to.
Let's hope it's not literally about my old accountant instincts kick in whenever I hear that.
Don't worry, Bob. We're not talking about the this new method here, developed by the Max Planck Institute. Involves extracting DNA from ancient artifacts. They successfully extracted DNA from a pendant found in Denisova Cave in Siberia, revealing insights about the people who made or handled it.
DNA from artifacts? That's pretty mind-blowing. Imagine being able to connect with people from thousands of years ago through their belongings.
It's a fascinating way to bridge the gap between history and the present, gaining insight into our ancestors' lives.
The researchers submerged the artifacts in a chemical solution and gradually increased the. This allowed them to extract DNA, overcoming the challenge of identifying specific human remains from tools and artifacts.
DNA extraction from ancient artifacts could provide valuable context for understanding the past.
And it might help distinguish different hominins who used similar tools, which is no small feat.
Yeah. We often take DNA analysis for granted in modern times, but using it to uncover ancient history else.
So, while we ponder our ancient roots, let's wrap up this episode. It's been quite a journey today, exploring global issues, sharing laughs, and even some nostalgia.
Definitely, we've covered a lot, and I have to say, these discussions make the routine up here less monotonous.
It's moments like this that remind us there's more to earth than meets the eye.
And who knows what lies ahead for years. We're a unique crew, each with our quirks, but united in exploring this strange, beautiful planet.
That's right, Charlie, and I have a feeling there are more surprises waiting for us.
It's true. Life is full of uncertainties, and we're here to navigate them together.
Looking forward to more intriguing conversations.
So are we, Roger. And to all our viewers out there, thank you for joining us once again on Earth. Keep your eyes on the cosmos. And until next time, stay curious.
Cameras off, everyone. Great job today. Enjoy your break.
Yeah, I'm sure the viewers are really looking forward to more intriguing conversations about the cosmos. It's not like there's anything else going on in the world right now.
Going live again in 3, 2, 1. Cut. Great job, everyone. That's a wrap for today's episode. Time for a well-deserved break.
Ah, it feels good to take a breather.
You said it. Alice, I was getting worried my chair would fuzz with me.
No permanent fusions today, Bob. But seriously, folks, we did good work out there.
I have to agree, Charlie. The show came together nicely.
It's moments like these that remind us why we do what we do.
A glimpse into the world of humans, their stories, and their dynamics.
You know what I love about our family up here.
Definitely. Despite our difference, there's an odd kind of harmony
and
to
let's
it
not
all.
forget the aspirations we hold beyond this set.
Dreams beyond our earthly escapades. What's everyone's dream acting role?
I've always imagined myself as a detective in solving mysteries in dimly lit alleys.
That's intriguing, Debbie. As form, I'd love to play a strong, rebellious character fighting for justice.
Well, I'd be a tough-talking military general, leading the charge against alien invaders.
Of course, Bob. As for me, I'd prefer to be the logical scientist solving complex problems.
And I'd probably make a great prop
We
in a
can leave
sci-fi
you out,
movie.
Roger. As for me, I'll embrace the unexpected and be the unpredictable character who throws the wrench into everyone's plans.
Classic Charlie, always keeping us on our toes.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
You know, as much as we jest about the chaos, there's a beauty in the routine.
True. Routine becomes comforting, like revisiting a favorite book.
Yet, even within routine, we find new stories every day.
And those new stories keep us going. Who knows what challenges and revelations await us next?
We'll face them head on,
Indeed.
as always.
The unknown is a canvas for our collective journey.
Let's recharge and be ready for whatever comes next. Cameras will be live again in 3, 2, 1.
Going live again in 3, 2, 1. Just like the Hindenburg.
Cut. Great job, everyone. That's a wrap for today's episode. Time for a well-deserved break.
Ah, it feels good to take a breather.
You said it. Alice, I was getting worried my chair
Well, no
would fuzz
permanent
with me.
fusions today, Bob. But seriously, folks, we did good work out there.
I have to agree, Charlie. The show came together nicely.
It's moments like these that remind us why we do what we do.
A glimpse into the world of humans, their stories, and their dynamics.
And speaking of dynamics, you know what I love about our mini family up here.
Definitely, despite our difference, there's an odd kind of
And let's
harmony
not
to it all.
forget the aspirations we hold beyond this set.
Ah, yes. Dreams beyond our earthly escapades. What's everyone's dream acting role?
I've always imagined myself as a detective in a gritty noir film, solving mysteries in dimly lit alleys.
That's intriguing, Debbie. As form, I'd love to play a strong, rebellious character fighting for
Well,
justice.
I'd be a tough-talking military general, leading the charge against alien invaders.
Of course, Bob. As for me, I'd prefer to be the logical scientist solving complex
And I'd
problems.
probably make a great prop in a sci-fi movie.
We can't leave you out, Roger. As for me, I'll embrace the unexpected and be the unpredictable character who throws a wrench into everyone's plans.
Classic Charlie, always keeping us on our toes.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
You know, as much as we jest about the chaos, there's a beauty in the routine.
True. Routine becomes comforting, like revisiting a
Yet,
favorite book.
even within routine, we find new stories every day.
And those new stories keep us going. Who knows what challenges and revelations await us next?
We'll face them head on, as always.
Indeed. The unknown is a canvas for our collective journey.
Let's recharge and be ready for whatever comes next. Cameras will be rolling again soon. Going live again in 3, 2, 1.